doesn't do any good because my only invocable abilities... Actually, yeah, with Kiku it doesn't matter. It's just... That was sort of in the back of my head, but I didn't really actually process that until just now. There's our Staff of Death. I care about BVC spell power. So yeah, that's actually not a useful item for me, sadly, because I don't have any invocable things that I care about. On a lot of other gnolls that might have a different god, it could be good, but not for me. It's just notable because it's like you don't use it's I don't think they're more rare than any other kind, but it's rare that you actually find one, of course, and then when I do find one, it's not of any use. That's pretty typical. That's what you would expect. So I'm actually going to drop this. So yeah, I picked up Bolt of Fire, Lightning Rod. Now I probably don't need a Staff of Wizardry. Don't really want to drop it exactly because... Yeah, I don't need to carry the ring though. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, weird. Shining in the darkness of all games. Swift is a good escape spell in general. It's really just to help you run away. And it's also pretty nice on the orb run if you want to try to run away from stuff. Obviously, you want to figure out what are your best escape options. It's not necessary. It's just a good spell. You mentioned air spells to learn, and that's one that I always go for. Yeah, I mean, people are trying to meme about all you need is RF, and that's not really what your question was. But yeah, they noticed your use of necessary, so it's like, yeah, not a lot of things are actually necessary, but in terms of what you want, yeah, have all of your low-level like escape spells in hand and remember to use them if you think you really need it. Zot, you can't use Scrolls of Blinking. They just do you can use them, but they're a random blink. Since you're a mummy, you can't quaff haste, and you can't quaff heal, and you can't do stuff. So escape things are kind of important. You have to plan out your fights and really have a good sense of. You don't have a way to like make up for mistakes quite as easily. If you don't play Hellcrawl. I think it's a fair assumption that he's not playing Hellcrawl. Lettuce, liquid ground. Petra, yeah, those are not going to be so useful. Hex, Lettuce is, that's not really a spell. You can't use that for any kind of escape. You can use it in a few different ways. I would say if you want to use a hex, something like Confuse is probably going to be more useful. Petrifies is not my favorite. But just the hex wands are really good against Draconians. Most of the things you're going to be hexing are going to be Draconians and Death Cobs. You sort of could hex well, they don't even appear anymore, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Death Cobs have low MR, so they're easy to hex to get rid of those because they'll slow you. And then just Draconians, it's good to enslave maybe some of them and just help them. It'll help you kill Draconian packs or or just paralyze one, particularly if it's in a corridor or something and it can just sit there and all the other Draconians are kind of stuck behind it, stuff like that. So yeah, these 2 wands that I have are really good. And yeah, obviously bring your digging wand with you. Just have to be careful. You have to be really cautious in Zot, especially the first time you play it. Yeah, so you won't get... I mean, you can train a little bit more if you want. The thing about the wands is they don't really require much to be useful versus Draconians. How much more you get is up to you. It depends on how quickly you want to win. You don't need more than really 5 to 8, I would say. 3 is low, but it's not critical that you have Evo. It's just the more things you have as a safety net. So if you have like 10 over 10 evocations, you can start to get more mileage out of some of the summon evokers, which can be super handy. But with 5 to 8, they're not going to be that great. Like Sack of Spiders is useful for just throwing up some blocking monsters, and that's about it. Yeah, with 3, the summon evokers are not going to be very good. And nor, I mean, your damage ones like Acid is still useful, even without a lot. Ice Blast is like, it never misses, and it's AoE, so it's still useful without a lot. Lightning Rod actually will do some reasonable damage without much Evo. And the File can do some knockback, throw up some blocking summons, but if you want to get more Evo, I would say you could think anywhere from like 5 to 10, just depending on how much skill you feel like putting into it. I don't know what your spells are, but you probably have a lot of different tools available to you. Well, the Cloud Wand is not that great. It's just not reliable. It's not a top tier one. When it lands something great, it's nice. And if you can set up a fight so that if it misses, it won't matter, then that's cool. But if you start getting really high Evo, then it's much more likely to be useful. Yeah, you probably have a lot of tools already, so going a lot of Evo is not necessarily going to be necessary for you. It's easy to have so many different things to use, especially if you're just getting your first win and just forget all the things you can do. You can see me also forget this. Since this is a Gnoll, it has so many different things that it can take advantage of. Well, I'm not really going to buy Iron Shot. What was that again? Oh, right. 3750. Gonna be such a junk trove too when I open it. I know it. Garbage. Just gonna be garbage. So all we have left is Snake. And Crypt. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break and I'll be right back. And we're back. I guess, guess we could do Crypt. Is my XL 21. I could do Snake, but that's pretty boring right now. Be good to just sort of like plow through that later. Oh, before I go in though, definitely want to spell. Oh no. That's bad. Damn. Didn't realize that we didn't have the levels for it. Memorized Bolt of Fire, but well, it's going to be a long time before I get the levels for that. Meth. Oh man, I could have lost Meth. That one. Why didn't I lose that? Could also lose Conjure Ball Lightning because I kind of have more convenient spells now. It didn't really. I didn't use it all that effectively. It did a little bit of work. Most notably, help Mara, help my illusion kill steal Mara. That was a good highlight. Oh, we were talking about Saint Roka. Look who it is. The Rokester. Now, Flayed Ghost is kind of annoying. Wow, I really only have 2 fog. Dang. It's kind of a shame. Well, we've got ways of dealing with that. It's a pretty bad little staircase. I'm gonna take going a little bit overboard maybe, but it's alright. What we don't want is to have it already did get nerfed a bit. It's got nerfed in Trunk actually. Constriction damage reduced by 25%. So I think it's in a pretty good spot right now. Oh, there's our man. Yeah, we gotta watch this. Oh, see, this is a problem right here. This guy getting flayed like this. We still have fog too. I don't like this. This isn't good. Him, I kind of ignored him a little bit, and I shouldn't have. Because I can get into a lot of trouble. Does this guy see this? Alright, that helps. Oh yeah. Oh, I aimed the wrong way. Come on. Wow, really? Does everybody just show up to the party? Leg goes down. Need to do something about this guy. Oh, good job with the slow. Is he constricted? Yeah. So now I'm silenced. I got no more spells until that silence field wears off. So I just have to be careful. I don't know if I can... Could I get a beast here? Oh, one thing I can do. Oh, I gotta be like that, Kiku? Oh, but he's out. He's wounded. That's not so hot. All right, Ancient Champion down. Roka's gonna be down any minute now. He's no longer zombie hands, and I'm still silenced. There's our boy. Worst comes to worst, we can go up. His silence field will wear down eventually. What I really need is just a good source of damage versus him. It's not really where I wanted that to show up. Wish I had more zappy stuff, but I don't. Elder. Nice. That guy's gonna be strong. Better spot to fight down here. I got wounded. Wow, the Roka is still alive. That's incredible. Oh, and I'm not mited any, or I'm not silenced anymore, so you know what time that is. Damn it! Why did you do that? Stupid smoke. Oh, you knocked him back. Guys. Synergy, guys. Synergy. Oh, and now this guy shows up. Oh, Spinoza guy. He's not really damaged all that much, unfortunately. Okay, now we got something to work with. Not just Saint Roca. Well, I guess I am rocking with Saint Roca. Kind of an MVP. Down he goes. Alright. It's hopefully the last of that nightmare. Yeah, if you take a... I mean, that was obviously a really crazy fight with all that stuff. But if you take it slowly, you can do quite a lot. If you rush through the fight, you'll have a bad time. Why wouldn't I clear crypt? What's the problem with clearing crypt? I mean, I'm not gonna die here. Just makes your character stronger. Easy XP. You're dying in crypt. You are certainly doing it wrong. Nice. Damn, all the flayed ghosts, man. Sounds like Zerg trying to give advice. That's what it sounds like. Advice on how not to die that he himself does not follow. Since he dies a lot more than I do. You're gonna have to go set elliptic straight because he often does crypt. Guess he's not as good as you, Zerg. Maybe. Maybe it does. Or maybe he actually does it reasonably often in his games. Doing crypt is just easy XP. That's all it is. I mean, you can not do it and you can win. You can do it and you can win. Doesn't matter. I mean, let me put it to you this way. One thing that Elliptic doesn't like to do very much is Elf 3. And I'm going to guess Old Toasted Zergling does Elf 3. So you're going to have to explain to me your rationale for doing Elf 3. When it's a lot harder than anything in Crypt. Exactly, and I'm going to guess that Toasted dies there reasonably often too. Your headset has been muted. Good.